You shouldn't have too much difficulty navigating the app, like through all the menus and all that sort of stuff. But you really need to know where everything comes from in the syllabus. So this is a typical, slide, I guess, of what the app involves. And there's a few different things, a few different features that really need to be highlighted. Firstly, if you look in the top left-hand corner of just about every slide, you've got all the learn about dot points from the syllabus. Now, the Border Studies doesn't just require you to learn about things, they also require you to learn to. So you need to be able to do something at the end, like explain or assess or discuss. So those are there as well. The learn to questions are answered for you. A lot of teachers go, okay, I'm going to teach you about this, but then you need to go away yourself and do the learn to questions. And in this app, it's got both of those. You also have not just the content, but as well as that, you've got the laws and the cases, media and journal articles, treaties, government reports, all different things that you need to try to get that band 6 in an exam or an assignment. So if you're doing an assignment on human rights, and some teachers will, you can really use these as a stepping stone, as a way of getting to the resources that you really need. But for an exam, really, I mean, you can't go into too much detail about each of those. Like you can't write out, the contents of an entire media article or journal article, and it's really not in your best interest to do that, even if you could. But it's actually got it there, so you can just go, all right, I've got a quote and I've got the name of the article, and I'm going to put that in, highlight it, underline it, whatever, and then bang, move on. And really, I mean, the band six responses are the ones that do that consistently and do that for each of their responses, especially the longer answers. You can also see on the left-hand side there's like a diagram, and you've got assess. And that's because a lot of teachers, with the key words, and you might have experienced this yourself, they just hand out a list, which is photocopied from the front of the syllabus, of all the different keywords according to the Board of Studies. Or you might have got stuck on a question and had to Google it, and you look for, Board of Studies keywords. I've got a few of those sorts of things for like assess and evaluate and discuss. Some of the things that students have had trouble with in the past that I've seen, really understanding what is required of them to assess or to evaluate. So I go through and explain the keywords, and there's a little diagram there that you can go, all right, I understand what assess means. You've got the gavel there. It means make a judgment. I've got to make a judgment. And then evaluate has obviously got a different one, and it goes into a little more detail. So you should have a pretty good understanding of how the app works, and you should be pretty safe to go through and just explore it yourself.